Good morning, good morning, good morning. Picking my wedgie. Picking my wedgie. Look at my ways. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. It's like a robot, right? Welcome. Hi, hi, hi. Good morning, good morning. Hola. Ooh, your day off? Isn't that nice? Love you. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Everybody good? Hey, Kristen. So we're kind of going to jump into this, right? Ooh, someone's got anxiety again. I wonder if it's actually like mine being triggered. So strange, right? I don't know how that's working or what the deal is with that. I'm perfectly fine until I jump on with you. Hold on. There's no way it's mine because I don't have any until I jump on. So, anywho, right? I was laying in bed the other night. I think it was actually last night. And I realized the eclipse was coming. And something must have been like triggered, right? Because it was almost like panic for me. Like, oh my God, this isn't good. Like, tell me this isn't happening. Like, OMG. Like, I almost like forgot about the summer eclipses. So, what I'm thinking, right, is like, something with me this time with this eclipse last year had to have gone down, whether it was good or not. I was trying to think back, right? And I was like, what really went down? I feel like last summer I had a really good summer, but there had to have been something. And the eclipse season, the winter eclipses don't really bother me. Summer eclipses are strong, right? And it's Cancer season. I believe we go into Cancer season in a couple days, maybe even tomorrow, right? So, which is nice because Cancer season is nice. We'll have to have a conversation about that. The people that are going to get hit with this eclipse the most might be Cancerians. Everyone's getting hit regardless, right? So, Lucy, we're going to get hit regardless, but Cancerians are going to get hit, especially if you're within like the first week of July, end of June. Life altering energy, which is great, but we can talk about the eclipse, right? It's going to affect everyone differently. I have this astrologer that I love. Her name is Maria. I actually did a podcast with her last year. And I am going to post her link below this video when we are done, okay? It is so important that you watch every sign. Start with your sun, moon, rising, Venus. It's going to be pretty important with your Jupiter and Saturn too, right? So, my mom is getting her shower redone, so dog's gonna go nutty for a second. I want you to watch the about anywhere from 10 to 15-minute clips, and it's July 2019. I need you to watch those videos. It is going to be so beneficial. It's going to talk about the eclipse, what your sign's going through, and I can't stress enough that we have every propensity in our chart. Say you have 4 placements of Cancer, but only 1 Pisces. Your Pisces, that one placement will probably get hit your hardest, right? Because it's like you don't really interact with that particular zodiac, with that element. So please, please, please watch those. I actually watched one last night. It's so random. I have her on my Facebook. I haven't watched any of her clips in a long time. And I just popped on Cancer real quick. And I was like, let's just listen. I was like, oh, she's the one that triggered the eclipse moment. But she's like, Cancer, she's like, it's going to be beautiful. You know, she's like, it's like the universe is just going to give you this energy. You're going to feel beautiful. You're going to feel confident. You're going to be able to have compassion. You're going to be working with Leo. And she's like, the universe is going to just wake you up every day and tell you you're beautiful. And she's like, you're Cancerians, you know, you're going to believe it. I was like dying. I was like, I believe. So she cracks me up. All right. But so informative. Like it's a must watch for you to really understand what's happening. Um, and I've been talking to clients and things. And guys, troops, I have been preparing you since, 2019, January, that this is the year of the three, right? It's all about laying down, preparing to lay down the foundation for 2020. And you're creating, right? So your life is changing, it's altering. I'm telling you right now, with this Saggy moon, not even the eclipse, this Saggy moon is that shift, it's the change. It is unavoidable. Unavoidable. So if you've been slacking for 6 months, you're gonna get slammed. Slammed. Okay? Because you have no choice. If you've been holding on to things that have been dead, forgone, dead and gone, what's that song? Dead and gone, something like that. That's it. You're getting slammed. Okay? It's being taken from you. This is the energy. It's a universal shift. It's the vibration. You can't avoid it. You can avoid what you want to avoid, but don't think you're not going to have the consequences, right? So if you've been avoiding something, you know, you've been avoiding getting a new job, or you've been avoiding not getting a job, or you've been avoiding a move, whatever it is you're avoiding, you're going to get slammed, okay? Because you have 6 months to get your act together. Majority of you didn't have the last 6 months to have new opportunities that are about to come in. And if you had them and didn't take them, then that's on you, right? Free will. But free will always has consequences. Um, so this is life altering energy. And I have been preparing you for 6 solid months. If, say, for instance, because we've been telling a story, say this person doesn't come in, that's fine. They can, they're in that cycle, right? That 6 month cycle, year cycle. That's what they're in. You can't avoid it. They could be having a time of their lives, but I'm telling you, things are just gonna be consistently taken. And if you're still in the whole I'm gonna wait, don't think that things won't be taken from you too, and you guys will have to repeat this cycle, and I don't know how many cycles, right? So we've been in the Aquarians, Leos, Cancers, they're all gonna get hit major, okay? Because we were in the year of the Aquarian for a long time. Cancer hasn't rolled around in I think 7, 11 years, is something like that, right? So we've all kind of been in like a 4 year cycle. If you look back to 4 years ago, you've been in that same cycle for 4 years, if not longer. If you've been in that cycle longer, it's because of where your placements are. So for 4 years, even though you're moving forward, you could have a new job, whatever your case may be, a new boyfriend, you're still, if you look back, you're still repeating the same patterns. There hasn't been a fresh outlook. Well, you could have a fresh outlook, but there hasn't been a fresh outcome. I'll say it that way. For those who have not progressed in the 4 year cycle that we're in, this new cycle, in the Cancerian cycle, I don't know how long this one's going to last. I don't really get into the whole astrology as much as I love it. I definitely did it in another lifetime for sure. But that's another reason why when I paste this link, go in. You might have to subscribe to her channel. It's YouTube. It will bring you to YouTube, but it's a different setup. So you might just have to like sign in. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. Baby, it's worth it. It's worth it. So towers are coming in. If you haven't already gotten hit, I've been hit plenty. And you got to remember, you were working with Aquarian energy for years, mental energy. You have no choice now that we're in Cancer season to to use the emotional aspect of what's happening, not the mental, right? So for those that are very mental, they're screwed. You're screwed. Okay. You have no choice but to combine the mental and emotional aspect. You have no choice. And you get some of you can, like, especially the stubborn ones, could be sitting here like laughing, like she doesn't freaking. Whoa, you wait, okay? You wait. This shift, this energy, you're gonna be like, what the actual fuck? Okay. Health might decline, but then we'll get better. It's major wake up calls like that. But I'm not kidding you when I've been preparing you for 6 months. I've been preparing you. This is the year of creation to lay the foundation in 2020. And then from future projects to come, right? And the Cancerian energy is beautiful. Is home life, is nurturing, is all about you, feeling beautiful. I do know that Mars goes into Cancer too. And for those who have Cancer in their Mars, like I'm Cancer sun, but I got Cancer in my Mars too. It's like double whammy, but it's to alter your life. And we already know mine's been majorly altered, right? But I'm also working on this new project right now too. So it's actually beautiful that I'm going to have that sense of Leo energy, because that Leo energy gives you that confidence. And that's that confidence apparently I need, that I was unaware of, to even like be on the show. Think about it. Like people get stage fright, people like with scripts, like, am I doing it right? Because I don't work with scripts, and I'm going to have to stop working with scripts, right? So it's like, what I'm doing now is preparing me for that. So it's like I go in fearless, right? Which is, I think, gorgeous. I love when the universe has a powerful vibration to give you what it is you need, right? That song just came to me. Give you what you need so you can proceed, something like that. But so I'm kind of looking forward to it. But I've had my moments, my tower moments over and over so far. But I got a lot of Cancer in my chart, right? So it makes sense with the Saggy moon, because the Saggy moon is pushing me to go. It won't stop me. Where my placements are, and a lot of yours too, there's no stopping it. No matter who you are and how your chart looks, there's no stopping this energy. Okay. If you're in a job and you're super comfortable, however the case may roll for you, if it's not where you're meant to be, you're going to figure that out real quick too. Life altering energy with this Sag moon, it is powerful, powerful. When I did the read the other day, when I broke it down with the Sag moon, it was all about, it came out to the number 5, right? When I added it in numerology, I don't know what the video was per se. It could have actually been a 4, which would make sense because it's prepping you for 2020. There's only 6 months left before we hit 2020, troops. Okay. So the pressures, you're going to feel the pressure. The pressure's on, right? For the switch. Could you have a smooth 6 months? If you're not accepting change, it's not smooth like you think. Like, you just don't see it how it's possible unless you're meant to repeat certain cycles. And not just the cycles we've been talking about with love. It's every aspect of your chart, right? Especially work. You need work to pay your bills. You need money. So it's stuff like that. So I will pull a couple cards with what's going to happen with this eclipse. I'm not going to do an eclipse read right this second, but I can't stress enough you to watch every single one of her reads of the astrology read for July 2019, because it's going to push you through these eclipses. It's going to prepare you. And I've been preparing you, but I've just been preparing you on love. I mean, we talk about like work here and there, right? But like, and love is major. It's one of the most powerful energies on the universe. So it is forefront, and if you're putting too much into it, you're gonna have to take a step back. A lot of people have been holding on to stuff they don't even realize they're holding on to. That whole read yesterday too, of like some of them going back around and some of them coming back around. It doesn't mean it's time just because they come back around. That read was really extra confirmation, guys, for no joke. Like, get yourself out of these situations. Like, what have you learned? Like, the stuff that I've learned is so profound in the way I can look at it, and wrapping up year and a half, however long it has been, right? Probably a year and a half now that I think about it. It is so important to move forward and make sure you come first in this situation. And then a lot of people panicked with the final read. Is it really the final read on the DM? Well, yeah, it absolutely is. And if you guys still want that information, like, I'm not hating, I'm not judging, but you're going to have to do one of the readings for 7777 if you want that information moving forward, because this platform that I have is going to be used next for something more beneficial, which is probably has a lot to do with the project I'm working on. Okay, so life is about to change, and it is unavoidable, so I would accept it. It doesn't mean that, oh, what karma do I need to confront, and stuff. It's not like that. This change is happening no matter what. It's the energetic shift. It's the vibration of the universe. It is a major shift going into Cancer. It stayed in Aquarian energy for years. Okay, so now it's out of the air energy and into water. So it's also gonna, I think, be like an emotional roller coaster for some of you, but it's what's needed. This is a new chapter of your life, and if you can't look at it like that, then honestly, you have no business being on my channel. Like, because I'm not even gonna get into it, but that's the gone honest truth. Because if you haven't learned anything, it's just not your time. You most definitely need to let go of what it is you've been holding on to, whether you realize it or not. You're going to get slammed. This lesson was for us to realize that we deserve so much better. And it's not that they're awful people. It's what you put yourself through, what you chose to hang on, how you let other people mentally manipulate your own brain, so you think you would get what you wanted in the end, right? That shift is here, and I can't wait. This is you. It's you time. This person will always come back. I don't know if you're gonna want it or not. Some of you have no choice but to work with it. But you can work with it. You don't have to be lovers, and I think that's why some of you need that time apart, why they need that other cycle, because they're not ready, and the universe doesn't want you to repeat it with them, right? So for those who will clearly let go, this is going to be some major change for you. Like, this is a brand new life. Like, and that might sound crazy to some people, but I'm not kidding you. Like, you're about to live your life that you were meant to live. Some of you are going to go through a really hard time because you're acknowledging it, and it's stuff that you should have already went through that you didn't, which is perfectly okay. It's still hitting you no matter what to get you where you need to be. So it's not going to be easy peasy, right? But this is especially for those who are like from their 30s to probably mid 40s. This is brand new life. You have 3 cycles in life. This is your second cycle. It's your second pentacle, right? Actually, you'd be on the cusp of your third pentacle. Even if you live to 90, you would be on that cusp, right? So, and for me, I look at it, it really is a brand new life for me too, right? Nothing will ever be the same. And that's going to hit every single person in this universe, whether things work out for them or not. The opportunity will always be given. That the shift is unavoidable, is how people handle the shift. Another good reason to watch the astrology report. Okay, I know you guys watch like the weekly report. Someone started posting a link for some type of weekly report on astrology. Thank you. I think that's great. If you guys like that person that's doing that reading, I think it's fantastic. But this woman, astrology is a lot like tarot too. It's to a T. It's like your life path, right? Like, it's unbelievable. And I've been working with her for a couple years, and to a T, she has known everything. And when the shifts are coming, and I looked back at my notes and I was like, oh shit, it's coming. Like it's here, okay? Which is like, whew, I just got the goosebumps because I looked back at everything, and then I went back like through some of the journals, and I was like, holy shit, I'm telling you. And I know a lot about the whole life path things too, okay? The numerology reports. So I can place everything like that. It's remarkable. So please, 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 if you want to really know what's about to go down with you, I can't stress enough for you to watch those videos, each and every single one of them, because you don't know which one you're going to be working with first. Even though it's Cancer season, that doesn't mean that watch Cancer first. You know, that will be the overall, right? But you don't know. I think it's going to be the Mars that comes next. So if your Cancer is in Mars, then obviously, you'd watch Cancer. If you have a, Aquarius, Gemini, whatever you have in your Mars, that's the one you would want to watch too. So you got to watch all of them, but knowing where your placements are, for those who know, that's the order. You know what you're working with, right? You know when money, you have a hard time with money, or you know what you need to save, and you can take those reads and combine them. Put notes down, guys, okay? Because for 4 weeks straight, you might struggle with each zodiac when it comes to money, or you all of a sudden you feel like you got this money and you just want to spend it because Jupiter, depending on where your Jupiter is, Jupiter and your Saturn combined, you'd be spending lots of money, right? It just really depends on where your Uranus too in your chart. But enough with that. I just can't stress enough for you to watch that. And again, I can't stress enough, like, I don't want you to panic with these eclipses like I did. All right. But like, it's life altering energy. Take advantage of it. Learn how to work with that energy. Please move forward from whatever it is you've been holding on to. Even if you think you haven't been holding on, you've slightly been holding on. There's no way you haven't been, because you watch tarot. I'm not the only channel. For those who I'm the only channel, then great. I mean, I even stopped watching tarot. I get pulled back to it here and there because certain messages are there, but like, I don't even want to hear certain messages sometimes, right? Because I'm in that whole, like, I need to just figure this out myself, go towards the unknown. Like, I know they got me, right? Where all your planets were. See, I'm getting into astrology now. I freaking love astrology. But like, where you were born, where the planets were, all those things, like, it always rolls back around. And because we're having this huge vibrational shift with going into another type of season, all right, we're going into water. We've been working with mental, right? So it's going to be a little hard. But I think that's what the last 6 months has been for you, for those who haven't seen anything drastic, right? But now you have 6 more months. It doesn't mean you can't create all of 2020 either, obviously, right? It's still about creating your foundation. It's the year of the 4, but there will be some type of opportunity, whether you take it or not, okay? So, I mean, that's super important too. Oh, there's a little ice cube in there. All right. Just look at a couple cards. The Eclipse. Oh, yeah, the Empress. Again, it's the 3. It's the lavish abundance, giving birth to your dream, nurturing yourself, others, but knowing what to nurture and what not to nurture, right? I have someone from Ohio calling me. I don't normally get Ohio. But this is all about creation, giving birth. I mean, you could even be pregnant, and we're not even talking about work, right? Like this could be you bringing life into the world. That is altering your life. Bringing a baby into the world alters your life. So it can be like that too. It just doesn't have to be work or love. It can be a scenario just like that. Or this could be you all of a sudden having this idea, this epiphany, right? Because that's going to happen too. And it's like, wow, okay, now I know where my time needs to be, which makes sense with everything we've been talking about. This should be all about you. Nobody else, all about you. Beautifying yourself, right? So that type of stuff. So don't panic with the eclipses. Don't pull a Courtney. it was like instant anxiety for me. Like, and I got the goosebumps. Like, it really was like that for me. Like, holy shit. Like, and then I'm just trying to place like last July, what did I do for my birthday? My birthday is July 1st. So I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? Right? But I remember what I did, but I actually remember starting to remember certain stuff, but I won't have that problem this year because I've released a lot of that shit. So we have the dreamer next to the empress. All right, it's the fool, it's the leap of faith, it's following your dreams, unexpected opportunities. See, why is Ohio calling me back to back? So this is it, man or female. This empress isn't talking about feminine energy. You know, it's talking about, you know, beautifying yourself, taking a leap of faith. If you know you're somewhere where you're not supposed to be, you're not happy with something, it's things like that. It's going to be taken. If you're in a relationship and you're not happy and it's been way too long, you believe me, then when I tell you, the universe is going to come in and snatch it. Gonna snatch it from you, even if you're the one on the other end where it's like, that's not fair, blah 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 blah. Nah, it is, because you haven't been happy. What you've been doing is staying awfully comfortable in a routine that sucks ass. Okay, so look at it as a blessing in disguise. We've talked about blessing in disguises plenty of times. This is you. I've been preparing you, troops. Okay, I'm not playing. Take the energy that you're being hit with and accept it. Turn it into something. Some of you, your dreams have kind of been telling you what the deal was too. And also, if your life is not is good, it's not changing drastically, I guarantee one of your children's is, or a parent, right? Because we're all aligned, we're all together, we all soul contracts. I look at all my friends right now. This one's buying a house. This one's making a drastic move. This one just, you know, shaved her head, like literally, hair down her ass, right? So it's like, I look at that stuff. Like, look at your friends, what's happening with them. If you don't see any progression with your friends or your family, and it's just nothing's changing, you're hanging out with the freaking wrong people, troops. I'm not kidding. Like, they're keeping you stuck. They would have to be. We got the Hermit. If you even try to isolate yourself, slam, butter. All right, I'm not playing. But this is also self-discovery, so it just depends on how we're going to look at it, right? But it's quiet time, meditation, getting to know each other, spiritual learning, leading, that type of stuff, self-discovery. This is some major cards. And not to mention, it's 3 major arcana, and I didn't even realize that. Man or female with the Empress, it's the energy of, this is also the energy of being in tune with you, being comfortable with who you are, right? Being confident, you know, looking at things differently. No rose tinted glasses here, you know, like that type of energy. Really making sure you come first. Things are top notch with your situation. Okay. Because some of you are going to be learning something new too that's beneficial, and you're going to say to yourself, like, why did I just get offered a job in this position? Or why this, why that? So it's going to be a little intimidating too. It's definitely self-discovery, like, because this is life-altering experiences that are happening. Within the next year, your life will be different. You can be married, you can be divorced, you could have been single for the last 4 years, and now all of a sudden you meet the woman of your dreams or the man of your dreams. Like, mind, body, and spirit are being altered through planets, not through spirituality, not through stuff like that. You're not being altered like that unless you're okay with being altered. It depends on where you're at in your path too. But it's the vibrational shift is altering. So it's therefore it's unavoidable. This is you, like, figuring out who you are. If you haven't done this yet, and this, I'm still in the process of this, troops. I am still in the process of this. Who am I to myself? To it's so many things. It's so many different ways to look at it, right? But I'm telling you, take that leap of faith, because it's the only thing that's kind of saving you. And it's not a leap of faith with a man or a woman. That story is over. It's gone. Dead and gone. When it comes back around, you're gonna be a person where you're like, what, why? You know, look at, I just realized, look at all the, hold on. Okay, cool beans. Look at all the planets with the Hermit. You have no choice but to rediscover who you are. That's it. It doesn't mean you have to let go of friends or this and that. That will happen naturally if you're hanging out with the wrong people. Or your friends will have to shift too. Or they'll have to accept your shift. And it's a 9. I never really looked at it like that either. That's the highest vibration. And you don't normally see the cycle of planets with the Hermit. So I chose the right deck of cards to use with this read, that's for sure. But figuring out who you really are, that doesn't mean you need to isolate. It doesn't mean you're going to be sitting through depression. It will come naturally too. It won't be as easy. I mean, it won't be as hard as you think, right? Self-esteem is kind of one of your lines here would make sense, right? Because it's you getting you where you need to be too. This is a lot with that Leo energy too, with that leadership, with that confidence, right? It screams that confidence that's needed, and for you to be able to surrender what you need to surrender, right? Because it's like you can't control this energy. We all think we can control our lives, and yeah, you have control over it, but you don't have the pull on what direction it really goes. You always have the choice to not go in that direction, obviously, right? But that doesn't mean it's beneficial for you. So, and these are like all pearlish blue, because these are usually, I mean, they're all different colors, guys, right? And well, even some of the major arcanas, but like this is it. It's time to make changes. It doesn't mean rush. There's no need to rush. Definitely take your time, even if it takes months and months and months. Others of you will sit in that type of energy, which is good because you're soul searching, rediscovering. That's a process. Others of you, the energy is gonna just like that, boom, 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 boom. And you're gonna wake up and you'll be like, who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I? Oh, all right. Well, I like this. All right. I'm good. You know, it also brings me into that leadership role too. And trust me, it will do the same thing with you. And then all of a sudden someone will be like, wow, like we actually want you to do this. Or we actually want you to do that. Like, trust me, that's how that's going to roll. That's how that's going to roll. And for those who've been with me for a long time, even the newbies, you were sent with me for a reason. That's why where I go next. But like, you've gone through all this. All you have to do is release that one person. That's it. And your life begins again. Begins again. It's pretty exciting. Got the Ten of Earth. All right. A very happy family life. Financial security too. Finding the magic in little things. This is also security. All right. Like, it's once you come in tune with yourself, you're secure with yourself, you got confidence with yourself, you know, you're learning who you are, you're accepting what's happening, you know, you're less of an, you know, I was gonna say introvert, but like it's so many things, right? You just gotta release what you've been holding on to. You have to come first here. You have to have enough faith in yourself to release, to let go, to move forward. Some of that's what you're still holding on to, and your back is turned to really discovering who you are, because some of you don't even realize you've been holding on to this persona for a very long time. And of course you would look at it like she doesn't know what she's talking about or something, but it's like, no, I do. You just don't see it yet. You haven't had that awakening yet, because it's like your back is turned to this one too. right? So it's like the most important thing right now is releasing and believing in yourself, no matter what opportunity comes your way, that you can do it, right? So, and it's going to lead to security. All right. And a lot of us been seeking that security, but we've been seeking that security in the wrong manner. So let's pull a dragon card for the energy that's leading up to this eclipse energy. And the eclipse is July 2nd, troops. It's the fire dragon. There's that Sag energy too. All right. It burns up all the lower energies around you because you don't have time for that lower energy anymore. You don't. Nor do you have a choice. Okay. You're safe and protected. Be determined and go inspire. All right. This is clearing your soul's pathway. It's major, guys, this eclipse. Okay. It doesn't mean it's going to be a bad eclipse. A lot of you, this is actually extremely beneficial, because for the ones who don't realize that they've been holding on to something, no matter what it is, holding on to that lower energy that just does not serve you, right? Well, here we go. Here we go, yo. Okay, so it's like that lower energy. We're no longer working with Scorpio energy. We're no longer Gemini. I can't wait to get out of Gemini season. I love it, right? But we're right there. We're so close. There's just a little left. Gemini uses the lower mind. You can be wicked smart. It's the lower mind, the mental mind. It's the lower part. It's not the higher, right? So all that energy that people have been holding on to, not even knowing it, that's about to be douched out with this fire energy. Okay, I think it's fantastic. Making sure you're focused on your ultimate vision too. All right, it's a congratulations to yourself too, that you have passed the test at the bottom of the deck. What a beautiful message. It's the black dragon from Saturn. Saturn tests you all the time. This eclipse is getting you out of that test. You passed. For those who really understand what happened with all of us when it comes to the last year and a half, you understand, I told you, you're no longer in this lesson. And someone might come back to you, but you got to be smart enough to pass that test too. You want to keep them around, go ahead, but don't you dare keep them around as a lover. And you have boundaries, and you keep them at a distance, and you keep a friendship. If that love is true, it's not going anywhere. You can work with it in 6 months. Do you understand me? Okay. So I am going to, what time is it? All right, I got about 10 more minutes. We're going to clarify each one of these. I'm just trying to figure out how I kind of want to do that. I'm gonna do it as in if you don't accept, if you don't acknowledge, and this has nothing to do with another person right now, troops. This has to do with you as an individual. I'm just listening to my parents tell my children something. Tell me about the Empress if we don't create. Guys, creation can be just as simple as you starting a journal. And that journal, a year from now, believe it or not, could be the top seller book of the New York Times. And you didn't even know you were creating something. So this doesn't have to be major. Please believe me. The Three of Wands, you'd be stuck just waiting. You'd be watching your ships go out. And it's 2 3s on top of it, right? And then we have the 9, which is the other number. So it's the 333, mind, body, and soul, that type of thing. Holy Trinity. It's that. All right. So it's like your future's here. Or you can watch your ships go out, because this is ships coming in, but this is that one card that I talked about the other day where I was like, wow, I'm like, your ships are going out. All right. Because you have no choice but to go through the lesson again. But when you go through it, trust me, it's gonna be harsh. And it's the year, and we're going into Cancer season. So it's that harshness on top of the emotions that you're gonna have to try to grasp too, because we've been in such mental energy for years. Tell me about the dreamer. Even though our heart and soul has been into it and it's been emotional roller coaster, it's different. This is how to work with Cancer the right way. So it was the Emperor reversed. So now you have the Emperor and the Empress. But this is being frustrated, just frustrated, being stuck in a cycle, right? Because it's like you have this opportunity to take a leap of faith or go in a certain direction. This could be you too, working with masculine and feminine energy troops, right? We're not reading this as the other person, absolutely not. This is you not taking a leap of faith and going through a cycle of frustration. Tell me about the Hermit. This is self-discovery. You need to self-discover. To me, I feel like with one of the lessons being the confidence and the self-esteem, you're going to be put in awkward situations. You're going to be put in uncomfortable scenarios to the point where it's going to break you down. Okay, so be aware of that too. This video is not to upset you. It is to enhance your life, to work with the energy. All right. Yes, the Six of Wands reversed. Letting the ego get in the way, not working for you. Pride, lack of self-esteem, being a pessimist, negative Nelly, right? So it's like your life, some of you won't feel or see like that drastic change, but you will emotionally, physically, it will get the best of you. Things will just crumble around you, especially if there's, a relationship or something. Nine of Pentacles reversed, with that Ten of Earth. How do you have that happy family life? How do you have financial security? How do you have all that if you don't have enough confidence to step into something new? And it starts with discovering who you are. That's it. It can be that simple. Figuring out who you are. Who are you? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Take the time during the day here and there and reconnect. Who are you? What do you really want? I know you've probably been dreaming about something for years, or you got an old diary, but it's like, if that hasn't come into fruition yet, you don't need to let go of that dream, but you need to create a new dream, a new possibility, because some people might have been stuck in this energy. Hold on. This whole entire time. Hold on. Why are you barking? Why are the dogs in here? Finny, stay. Hold on. Yo. Hi, kitty kitties. I know I forgot to feed you. I'll come and feed you in a second, I promise. All right, the house just became too chaotic. My mom's having the bathroom. Hold on, I'm going to put you here for a minute. My mom's having the bathroom redone. Dogs are barking. Kids are everywhere. The energy I'm talking about is pretty intense. So that's it. We're going to wrap it up. I pretty much said what, the basics. Again, don't panic. I am definitely going to post the link below for you troops. Okay. I think it's very important for you to watch those, take notes, just be aware. Um, oh yeah, what I was saying with the dreams, right? You've had this dream for years, say, I want to do this, I want to open a business, I want to go back to school and do this. Well, if it's been years, troops, and there's been no progress, like I said, that dream doesn't need to go anywhere. It just means something else needed to be created first for you to get the experience that you need to do what it is you want to do. Because they're not going to just take your dream away from you, right? They're not going to do that. So that's an important message for you too. If you've been working on something for years and years, or thoughts of ideas, and it's not falling into place, and you've taken extra jobs to make money, or you've gone back to school, or loans, whatever thing right now, you know, or it is, and you've learned some stuff and it will come into play. But I feel like with me explaining that story to you, I feel like it's stuff that people have held on to, that need to release and go through a different life experience to have something work out. That just means there needs to be something in between that needs to come in to help you out. Makes sense, right? Because if you've been working on something for a few years that hasn't come into fruition, and I'm not talking about a man or a woman, troops, okay? I'm talking about your dreams, your desires, your aspirations, your goals. And it's just been a struggle. And it's like, why on earth would I want to give up? It's not giving up. It's just realizing there's some type of experience that needs to happen in order for that to come into fruition, okay? So it's the time to really take in this, Cancer season, and it's so much easier, not easier per se, depending on where you're at, but like the energy is so much more. It's warming energy. It's moving energy. It's inspiring energy. It's compassionate energy. It's confident energy. Okay, it's home body energy. Doesn't mean isolate, but like it's your priorities. Your priorities, not anybody else's. It's your values, right? So I love you. I love you so much. I'll be maybe back later. I gotta go take care of the dogs to do weekend energy, okay? I'm still doing personal readings here and there, the emergency reads within 24 to 48 hours. I don't know, I got a new project going on, troops. I will still do the video reads for you guys though, okay? For those who, like I said, I'm not judging. You want to find out what's going on with you in your DM, or what's the other one, DF? I don't know, I'm so out of that fucking energy. I'll be more than happy to read it for you though, all right? It doesn't mean, it just means you're just going to go through another type of cycle with or without, which is okay too. It's exactly where you're supposed to be. But as of right now, the energy has shifted for me, so I won't continue to stay in that cycle. I need to grow and expand, and you guys do too, for the ones who are evolving, because we're always evolving, right? So we don't want to stay in the same routine if we're evolving. That would be foolish. For those who choose to stay, your soul is telling you to stay, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's just you need to be enlightened about a little more stuff, or they do, and eventually it will still come into play. It's how it works, okay? So no judgments at all. I get it. So if you need me, I'm still doing the videos. All right, but I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I might be back later, or we'll do weekend energy tomorrow. And a great blue heron is now flying. So it's time to fly. Time to fly, troops. It's the third day in a row I saw that. Blue heron sitting out here, either talking to you or a client. I think So again, with the three, the mind, body, and soul, it's time to spread the wings and fly. It's time. It's gonna be intimidating. It's gonna be more exciting, honest to God. All right, but I gotta go handle the dogs. I love you guys.